Alrighty guys, welcome back to the Combustion Gamer YouTube channel and NASCAR 21 Ignition. The ultimate question is, after all the updates, and obviously this is before the next gen DLC or update or whatever they're going to do, where they're going to add the 2022 season to the game, is this game fixed? Have they fixed all of the problems, all of the glitches, all of the annoying things to make this game unplayable? I don't know. So we're going to find out. Alrighty, now first off guys, I got to admit that the paint booth is the best thing about this game. I mean, look at that right there. The only thing that is bad about the paint booth is that you gotta have a lot of time to be able to work on it, because this right here, that's about an hour, over an hour work on a paint scheme with a die cast in front of me to be able to get that done. So it takes a little while, but other than that, that paint scheme came out really good. So let me know what you think about the Ryan Newman Caterpillar number 31 throwback paint scheme, because personally, it came out very nice, so I do love it. So, how much would I pay for this game if it was just the paint booth? Probably about $15.99, I'd say, because the paint booth detail is excellent. It would be nice if they put in like more decals and other customization, but other than that, the paint booth is the best part about this game. So far, anyways. We're going to find out if this game is actually better, though. So, let's go to, not Pocono, not Richmond, not Road America. Let's see. It should have just raced in Michigan. Yeah, we just raced in Michigan. So, when this video comes out, we have just raced in Michigan anyways. So, we're just going to go with 2% race length. We got the full field. We got clear skies. We're going to take out the constant temperature and just, well, actually, no, we're going to leave it at constant temperature. We're going to have clear skies. We're going to have no damage. We're going to have no tire wear. And we're going to have the simulated qualifying random position. That works. So we'll apply all those changes. So then we also have the settings. So before we do this, we have this all nice and set up. Let's go to settings. Now, what settings are we running? Alright, so let's see. Difficulty and assist. So, because of how bad this game is, and I haven't played it any, because of how bad it is, we are not running driver line, because that's annoying and irritating for me to see. I hate that seeing that on a track on any game. So we got rid of that. Steering assist, we took that away, because the steering assist is junk. At least it was the last time I played it, and that was because it kept turning the car into the wall. And by the way, this game also turns the car into the wall by itself. Without steering assist anyways, but we'll see that probably later if it's still there. Braking assist, I like to be in control of my brakes. ABS, I haven't really seen any help with this, so we'll just get rid of that. Spin recovery is even more irritating, just about the same irritant as steering assist. And traction control we have on high. And if it's still the same as I think it is, it's still not going to be helpful. But we also have transmission. We have that on automatic. Now, we could switch it to manual, but luckily we do have the manual override with the buttons, so it's fairly easy to override it if we want to. So on a short track, you can actually have some decent racing if you're constantly doing the shifting. But if you're going to anything like Michigan or road course or Daytona, last time I was on here, it was not good. So let's see what it is at Michigan here. Alright guys, so once again, we got to talk about one other thing really quick. The look of the game is awesome. We're not taking away from the look of the game at all. The look of the game, they did a lot of work, put a lot of work into it. The game looks incredible. The tracks look incredible. The cars look incredible. Not taking away from that whatsoever. But the driving of the game itself has certainly been bad. Well, actually, here, let me go back to the data pad, and we're going to go into setup, and we still do not have custom setups. Simply put, I don't like it. So there we go. We're going to go with a tight setup, because if I'm thinking correctly, the car's going to be coming around on me anyway. So let's go to the track and see if we can actually do a decent race or anything. Alrighty, here we are. Also, we have this little glitch where we start the race and the camera is going berserk. I am not controlling the camera whatsoever. Here, let me control the camera right now. Now I'm in control of the camera. See? Now I'm in control of the camera. Prior to that, I was not. So that's the restart there. So that's the first glitch that's still there. Has not been fixed. So if you're in this mode here for camera, or if you're in the wider view for the camera, looking at the car from behind, it does crazy things. So let's try this again. Alright, so here we go. Look at the camera by itself doing this. I am not doing anything with the camera. Now switching that, it's still doing it. Now if this is the only camera view right here, and the cockpit and the other that does not do this, so that's rather nice. Alright, so it seems like we're doing fairly decent. Now we're going to the back stretch, and I have no steering input. I am not putting any steering input other than trying to correct my car here. Now we're going to come around to the front stretch. We're going to let off the gas. As we go through the turn, we get spun out by Ryan Newman. Hello, sir. The car is uncontrollable, is the basic problem, but here. Let's get to the straight. So, one thing I have noticed that when you are accelerating, you want to try to upshift sooner, and that seems to help the car. Now, look at this. No steering input. My car is turning by itself. I am not doing any steering input whatsoever. Now, obviously, this is on bank, so let's try it on the back stretch, which doesn't have as much bank. And by the way, throughout this entire thing, my controller feels like I'm about to spin out like a nut, so I'm not sure what's going on there. But here we go, back stretch. I am not putting any steering input whatsoever. We're going straight into the wall. Boom. There's no steering input from me. And by the way, I've checked this multiple times with multiple controllers. It's not my controllers. It's not my Xbox. It is the game steering my car by itself with no, repeat, no steering assists. So when I'm on, so let's just look at the speed, okay? We're going to go back to the back stretch and we're going to try this again. And by the way, I'm not mad necessarily at the game itself for being glitchy. I'm mad at the people who made the game and put a ginormous price tag on it, and that tried to swindle people out of money for a game. So look at this. Watch my speed now. I'm constantly having to adjust my steering, and my speed stays low. Obviously I hit the wall, so that didn't help, but I'm constantly having to adjust my steering so I'm correcting to be able to get my car to go straight on the backstretch when my car should just be going straight. It shouldn't be turning by itself. So I'm constantly, so even down here, I'm having to slightly correct throughout the straightaway, which is taking away my speed, which makes me uncompetitive to the novice AI level. I cannot keep up with them on super speedways. I cannot keep up with them on intermediates because I'm constantly correcting. So look at this. So I'm constantly having to do a little correcting right here. You can kind of see that that's affecting my speed. So obviously I wrecked, so that doesn't help my finishing position, but still I'm constantly having to correct on these tracks with the long straightaways to be able to get my car to actually go straight and not go into the wall like it is right now for no apparent reason. I'm not sure what happened there actually. So that's interesting. But yeah, it's irritating, to say the least. So there we go. So, oh wow, my car was flying all over the place there. That was interesting. But that's probably like the main glitch that I've noticed, is that weird steering, whatever it is. Now here we go. Let's try this out. So the next gen test drive at Daytona. Let's go do this here. All right, here we are at Daytona. Now behold. Oh wow. Okay, well first off, the next gen car has positively, absolutely no noise happening right now. There's nothing. Okay, there's the noise. Good night. I can't even hear it. Wow, okay, so there's basically no noise from the next gen car, and we also have damage on for some reason, which is rather odd. So let me restart this session here. We're not going to go back to the garage. We're just going to restart the car. Okay, apparently we just go back to the garage anyway, so never mind. Alright, here we go. Alright, camera appears to be fixed now. The car is... Now watch the car. It's trying to turn... Look at that. There's no... There is no input from me. And the car is turning itself into the wall. The only input I'm putting is trying to turn away from the wall, and it is going straight into the wall. So let's try this again. Alright, so we're coming to the line. I am not going to do any throttle. The car barely has any noise. Now look at this. So here, we're going to go down here. Where's the car turning? It's turning towards the wall. There's no reason for this car to be turning towards the wall. Alright, so let's go around. Also, I'm not sure why the graphics are so hideous on this car for whatever reason. That's interesting. So here we go. Now we're on the backstretch. And for whatever reason, the car is just wiggling and totally going out of control. So here we go. Let's see if we can't take a look here. Alright, nice and easy, nice and easy. I'm going to shift to second. Shift to third. So this was one thing that I found that with the shifting, the car does become very unstable. So you do want to manually shift when accelerating. Alright, so now we're... Okay, look at that. There is no input from my controller, and the car just comes around. And I have full traction control on. With full traction control, this car should not be coming around by itself. So obviously there's no other assists on other than traction control, which is on full. This car should not be ripping around by itself on the track with full traction control. And so the reason why I mentioned that is, one, I don't want to stay at full traction control. Also, see, I'll just stop the car already. There we go. Beautiful sight of Air Force One leaving Daytona. Goodbye, Mr. Trump. And anyway, so... Yeah, the car's just... Look at this. It just obviously was stuck on the thing, so hold on. Let's get off of that. But the car coming around by itself with full traction control should not be happening. Alright, let's shift up. Shift up. Well, we're not going to get on the banking because that's going to drive me insane. Here we go. Alrighty, now, gear 5. Let's go on the backstretch, and the car's turning to the wall by itself. No input. Okay, well so now the car's actually going straight. Obviously, we went over the bump, so that we lost control. But as soon as I try to show that the car is trying to turn by itself, it decides to stop. So hold on. Alright, now let's try going back the other way. Hold on. There we go. Camera's trying to go freakazoid on me too. Alright, shift, and shift, and shift, and watch what the car does. It starts turning by itself. And there is no steering assist, there is no spin assist, none of that is on, so there's no reason for this car to be turning by itself. We also see the glitchiness of the logos on the hood going in and out for whatever reason. Not sure what's going on there. Alright, let's shift again. We'll go back the other way. Look at the car constantly turning to the right here. So let me turn it back to the left, turn it to the right. Alright, I'm turning it back to the left, and it's turning back to the right. I'm turning to the left, and the car going into the turn is turning to the left, to the right. So, I don't know what's wrong with the game, but it's still broken on that aspect. By the way, there is no real good drafting in this game either. The drafting is horrendous. So, okay, we're going straight, and what is the car doing? Going to the wall. Alright, so let's just get back down here to the straight. Car loses control. And this car is the perfect representation of what this organization's game is. It's a junk heap. It's garbage. It's destroyed beyond any form of recognition. Yeah. So that's my thoughts. And by the way, it's still glitchy. It still has the same problems that I've had earlier, which makes for me having a fun career mode absolutely impossible. It's not going to work for me on this channel to be able to do, because I can't control the car long enough to be able to have an enjoyable race. Now, obviously, I said short tracks, you can have a fairly decent race if you can keep the car from coming around. Once the car comes around, you're going to be in spin limbo. You're gonna be stuck in it. You're not gonna be able to get away from it. So that's up. Well, I'm not sure where we're going here. Hold on. Let's look at the career mode. Let's just start continuing in career. What do we got going on here? Okay, so Daytona. We got the road course. All right. Somehow I'm first in the driver's standings. I have no idea how that's going on. But let's just look at the stuff. What does all this mean? We don't really know. It doesn't really seem to affect anything. Then we look at the legacy leaderboard. This is kind of cool, actually. I love the leaderboard idea. This was really cool, being able to see if they can actually like put all the other drivers from the previous sport in. That would be pretty cool. But I mean, that's cool right there. Team profiles, though. I mean, this is pretty interesting. It's pretty helpful to be able to look at the market. But then when you actually look at contracts, it's like you really don't have any negotiating power whatsoever. You really don't have much in-depthness. There's no reason for you to negotiate for a higher price, because there's nowhere for you to spend the money. There's nothing going on. It's F1's career mode is far more in depth. You can actually help make the cars better through resource points. You can actually help the team by doing the pre-race practice sessions, etc. There's a reason why you should do all of the different practice sessions, the qualifying. There's no reason to do that. There's no incentive to actually try hard to help the career mode along. There's no ultimate point. There's no ultimate goal in mind to, like, I started down here as a rookie to be able to work my team to the best. There's still not that and even be able just to help the bottom league team that you came in with as a rookie, to be able to build that team up to be able to make them the best. There's no ultimate building goal. There's no point to the career mode. There's nothing other than just race to do whatever it is. I mean, basically it's just contract, pick a team, race with the team. There's no performance difference. There's no point. And the career mode's just I can't stand it. So it's like I'm not gonna waste my time with it. And then, as I said, just race-wise, and even the next-gen test car, unless they have a major update for when the next-gen season DLC, which they better not make you pay for it with how broken this game is. If they do, it's like I'm not even gonna waste my time with that, because I haven't wasted any of my money on the DLCs. I wasted my money on the game, but I'm not gonna waste it on DLCs if they cost anything. So after all of that bashing, which is well deserved for the racing aspect of the game, once again I do have to say the paint booth is the best part of this game. So obviously this is the best part of the game. It works out the best. The cars are awesome. The customization options are really good. So it makes for that aspect anyways makes for a really good part of the game. So if this was just the game, just NASCAR 21 paint booth, it would be totally worth the price of probably like $15.99 or $20.99, depending on what they ended up doing it. They would be worth it, because the paint booth is very in depth, and then being able to have like some tracks where you can just go out and run, not having any physics, not having just the cars glued to the track, so you can be able to get like screenshots and stuff of your finished work. That would be a good game. The game that we have now with the racing content is awful. It does not work. But if it was just paint booth with the option to go to the track, skip pictures, be able to have like sunsets or different things like that, that aspect of the game, that would be really good. That would be a really cool game that would make for a fun experience. But it's not that. And it does, other than the paint booth, this game is simply not worth anything on face value. It's garbage. And so that's why any chance I get, I try to encourage anybody don't buy it because I don't want you to waste the money, but also I don't want you to encourage a company to keep putting out garbage games because it's not good. The only thing good, as I said, Paint Booth. That's the only thing good about this game. So I don't want to be mad about it. I don't want to sound mad, but it's just to me it's annoying to know that there are people getting ripped off by putting their money into a game that's not worth anything, and it's just, to me, that's annoying, and to me that makes me personally mad to know that people are getting ripped off. And so that's why I don't want to see anybody buying this game if I can help it. Not that I want to hurt the company long term, don't want the employees to lose their jobs. It's just the game's not good, and the company needs to look at actually making a good quality game that works. And NASCAR Heat 5 was a game that sure was buggy, but it worked. You could actually race your car. You could actually have 3 different series, 4 if you count the fictional dirt track, and you had a decent, well not perfect, paint booth type experience. So that's why I encourage anybody, is like, hey, if you want a as close to up-to-date game as possible, do NASCAR Heat 5, because that game actually works, has a fairly decent career mode that sure might get boring after several seasons, but at least has a purpose, has a goal in mind for you to race. And to me, to that game, it actually makes sense. You actually have things that you can use the money that you earn to buy stuff. It actually works that way. So, anyways, that's my 2 cents, guys. But yeah, the game's still broken. It's not fixed, and I'm gonna doubt very much that the season DLC update that's gonna come out later this year is going to do anything to fix the game, unless they've done a whole lot of work, but I really doubt it, just knowing what's going on, and knowing a little bit of what's going on behind the scenes. It's like, I don't think it's going to be fixed, and I don't want to see anybody waste their money on this, because it's not worth it. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. We will have a channel update video up at some point. It actually might already be up, depending on when I decide to upload this video. But we got some different changes, some different video scheduling and stuff that we're going to be working on. And hopefully some fun content for all of you guys to enjoy on the channel. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Thanks to all the people that have subscribed of recent. Nice to see the subscribership going up. And we'll see you guys here next time on The Combustion Gamer. Bye.